Hello devs, good morning, good evening, whatever time you are viewing this video. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and if you are new to the channel, welcome to the ReZoura family. Today's news, we are going to talk about another podcast which was released by Devil May Cry 5's Capcom itself, and we are going to talk about the controller scheme. So let's get right into the news. In just a few days, Gamescom 2018 attendees will be able to go hands-on with Devil May Cry 5. This is the first Devil May Cry 5 that will be playable by the public. Fortunately, guys, we know that this is not going to be a consulting. They're not going to basically basically bottom line is they're streaming it and it's going to be filmed. And also it's the first time those of us not going to the show will be able to witness the first gameplay footage. As you guys already know, it is going to be showcased at Gamescom this year and PAX Western. Considering how long ago the last Devil May Cry game was released, especially if you don't count DMC, fans are anxious to find out if Devil May Cry 5 will be making any changes to the default scheme. Thanks to Capcom, we now know that what the default control bindings players will be using at Gamescom next week are. The most recent recording of Capcom's confidential podcast requires a printout of the controls, which you will see, which you are looking at, and I also will put the link in the description for the video. This is most likely the same printout design that will be seen next to the controller at the Devil May Cry 5 various game stations at Gamescom. As you can see, it's identical to the previous games. Y is the default melee button with the double breaker mapped to B. Gun attack is bound to X, and finally A to jump. Your lock-on button is going to be RB obviously, and that's about it. We're hoping there's going to be a taunt button though, because as we know that the scan that we're looking at is incomplete. They're supposed to be adding more to it, which I don't actually believe that's true, because it doesn't really seem like there's much else that they can possibly add to it besides the taunt button that is missing, or they just haven't mechanically engineered that in yet. Alright, so basically this entire podcast was hosted by Matt Walker, Hideaki Insuno. He got there pretty late because he was in a meeting, and they're just going over their personal stuff, how they got to where they are, the stations that they work. So you are officially looking at the design team, the 3D team, or at least part of them. The rest of them are actually behind the camera, and they bring in these guys from these different units, and they are discussing just the work that goes into it. And it's amazing because you have these different stations. There's like 5 to 6, 10 people in each station working on it, and on like an individual part of the game, mechanics, movement, everything, you name it. There's so many different sections. You know, that's just something I wanted to throw in there. That's amazing. Also, here is the surprise that I promised you guys. If you guys do not know, Emily Beta, the face for Nico, liked my comment, and as you guys can see, I had said the suspense is killing me. Damn it, you are Nico, I can smell it. And she liked it, and I hope I don't get in trouble, because in the podcast they were saying that they didn't want to get fired for leaking too much, so I really hope I don't get her in trouble. But as far as that goes, I DM'd her, I told her about the video that I made about her, because you guys were criticizing the way she looked. I also seen a fucked up comment saying that they must have scanned a trash can for Nico's face, and that's really disrespectful and rude. You really need to apologize for saying that. I mean, I understand it's your opinion, but that's just don't comment that stuff on my video, because I will delete and block you. Other than that, that's about it. She's a gorgeous girl. I'll also link her Instagram in the description. She's very awesome, an outgoing person, very nice. Matt Walker also watched my video, and he was very happy that I was doing these, so it's pretty awesome. And last but not least, Hideaki Insuno was also talking about working on game modes. He said he's working on one of the hardest game modes thus far. So we already know that Heaven or Hell, and Hell and Hell, and Dante Must Die are the top when it comes to hard difficulties. As we know, in Hell and Hell mode, the enemies can take damage, but you cannot. And when you get hit once, it's it. That's over. Well, whereas in heaven or hell, if you get hit once, you die. You hit the enemy once, they die. So it's a one shot. As to, I don't know how much harder he can possibly be making this next one, which it might probably be Gods Must Die, because I've been hearing a lot of rumors about that, and if that's the case, it's going to be, if this is going to be my speculation on it, that they will include the one shot for you, and also have the enemies not be able to get one-shotted, but they will also have the devil trigger. What do you guys think about that? That sounds insane. That is as hard as I believe it can get, because there's nothing harder than that, facing an enemy that can hit you once and you die, and they can be hit multiple times and also have access to a devil trigger. Yeah, that's hell of a crazy thing that they have going on there. As for the mechanics, we know that Y is indeed the fight button for the regular sword, and we know that the lock-on button is your typical RB button, and we know that nothing much has changed from that, but we also know that Nero's Devil Trigger is the same as B or circle. Everything's just, yeah, basics. We also know that the dodging is quite different since it's photorealistic, and we know that Nero's gauges, devil trigger gauge, is going to be substituted out for the cartridges. So they, as you guys don't know, that if you hit him, you will be damaged. Like if you hit Nero, if Nero gets hit, the cartridges get damaged. So, and not only that, but if you use them too much, they get damaged, you run out, etc. So this item that they specifically have will be in the store, where you can purchase like holy water and all that good stuff, so you won't run out, which is pretty awesome. It would suck if you had to do something else special to get, special differently to get it. As far as it goes for table hopper, this is by far the fastest mechanic in the game. I like this dodge specifically because you can do it twice after you've done it the first time, but it's instant. It's a demon move. At the Gamescom demo version of this game, it is also rumored that we will be seeing the new skill up system, and we are unsure as if this will be similar to what we are seeing on the screen, or I mean in terms of buying it, of course it's going to be similar, but the move specifically, how is everything going to work? It's a mystery, isn't it? I hope it's good. Going back to Burial, this specific character is supposed to be somewhat similar to the new Goliath character that we were seeing in the trailer. He is a new boss, and Matt revealed that his name is in fact the Goliath, and there are more than 4 bosses, so Hideaki Insuno is working on a new boss, multiple new bosses, and game is only about 80, close to 90% complete. Now if you see the comparison, you will see that Burial's everything is similar to the Goliath, but of course there are the differences where the environmental is used, his flame expansion is different, his melees are completely different, where he uses a sword, as the Goliath uses his fist and uses his Hellfire balls. This has been ReZoura. I hope you all have a fantastic day. This has been Devil May Cry. We are 4 days away from the demo. See you then.
Devil May Cry.